All right, folks, this is a continuation of assignment 17, functional notation, which is very closely related to the Cartesian coordinate system, in my opinion. So you see example number 1 here, and we have two equations, y equals 5x minus 7, y equals 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. And the question is, what is y when x is 2? What is y when x is 2? That's misleading. It's not misleading. It's vague, maybe. I can't think of the word I want. But the problem is this. Y, there's two different y's. There's two different equations, and they're both named y. Are we supposed to put 2 in for x over here and calculate this y? Or are we supposed to put 2 in for x here and calculate this y? The story I always tell here, oh good, a story, is it's like you have two daughters and you gave them both the same name. Both of these equations are named y. It's like you have two daughters who are both named Yolanda. Nothing against the name Yolanda. But if I had two daughters, I wouldn't name them both Yolanda. So the idea would be that we change the names so that we can tell them apart, and we introduce what's called a function. So notice what happened here is that that value of y was given the name f of x, and this one is given the name g of x. And this way, we can tell the two equations apart. It's like now we have a daughter named Frida and another one named Gertrude. See, my lovely wife Helga and I had twins, and we named them Frida and Gertrude. All right, so there's that. And now we can tell them apart. So see, the deal here is now the symbol g of 2 is very clear. It identifies which function we want to use, obviously the one named Gertrude. So the symbol g of 2 is more clear than that question right there. This says go to the function named g and put 2 in for x. Very clear, very concise. So that would be one of the first things that I would say about functional notation is we use it to distinguish one equation from another. So we're about to go to the function named g and put 2 in for x. As I said earlier, that's a much cleaner, much more concise way of identifying the equation to use and what to put in for x. So that would be 3 times, see whatever's in the parentheses goes in for x, 2 goes in for x. 3 parentheses 2 squared plus 5 parentheses 2 minus 2, crunch the numbers, order of operations, 4 exponent before multiply. 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 2 is 10, 22 minus 2, 20. I hope that's right. I get fast sometimes and I mess up. I miss having you here to gently tell me when I mess up. But there you go. Instead of having two daughters named Yolanda, nothing against the name Yolanda, we have daughters named Frida and Gertrude, and now we can tell them apart. So as I mentioned earlier, my wife and I, Helga, have two twin daughters named Frida and Gertrude, and there's a picture of them. You notice they kind of take up after their mother Helga, don't they? Sorry, dear.